Welcome back to the New Testament in a year. We're on day 183, and which means you are now more than halfway. We're more than halfway. Yay! Hooray! And in our New Testament reading today, we are in Acts 21 and 22, and we're reading all about how Paul, on entering Jerusalem, and he's in the temple, he gets attacked and arrested. And a lot of the passage today, as we've just read it, is him trying to communicate to this group of Jews who are so angry with him, and he's telling them their story, and really he's he's really showing them and pointing out to them, look, I promise you, I'm a good Jew. Not that he comes across like that, but he's saying, he calls them brothers, fathers, and this is it. This is where I was born into this. I was raised, I was taught this way. I was passionate, I was zealous. I even arrested Christians and all of that. And then God interrupted. God came in and he changed everything. He came after me and everything changed. Now I'm going to give the game away and tell you that if you skip to the next bit, his speech didn't work. His testimony didn't work. They were enraged. And when he sort of says that, when the Lord says, go, I'm going to send you to the Gentiles, they just didn't want to hear it. But what it got me thinking about is the power of our story. And even though this angry mob here were not interested in Paul's story, I think generally people respond well to stories. And I know that for me, anytime I hear another Christian tell me how they came to faith, how they first came to know Jesus, how he first drew them to himself, whether it's that story or whether it's a story of what God has done, it's so good to hear. It lifts, I don't know about you, but it lifts my heart. It encourages my faith. It reminds me of how God is alive and active in so many other ways. And I think there is a power in our story. And elsewhere in the New Testament, it talks about us being always ready to give an account for the hope that we have. And Paul was ready. It didn't produce the fruit that he was perhaps hoping, but he was ready. Boy, was he ready. He even asked, can you give me an opportunity to speak to the crowd? And I just wonder, how ready are we to tell our stories? I think one of the things is we need to make sure that we're, not make sure, that sounds too prescriptive, but let's make room. I'd encourage us to make room in our own Christian communities, in our small groups, in our youth groups, to share our stories of how we came to know Jesus and what he's doing in our lives. But also let's be ready to tell our stories so that when someone says to us, what does it mean that you're a Christian? Or how did you become a Christian? You know, your parents aren't from a Christian home. How did that happen for you? Whatever it is, that we're ready to share our stories, knowing that whatever comes from that, the fruit is up to God. But let's be ready to share our stories and to encourage one another with our stories, but also to be ready to give an account, a reason for the hope that we have in him. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.